Hello and welcome to SAT Test 7, Part 2 of 2. So this is Section 2, which is Math, and Module 2, which is Part 2 of 2. Okay, enough jaw jacking. We are going to be using TI-84 plus CE calculator. If you have a TI-84 plus CE Python, totally good to go. And then it's the SAT Math Calculator program from mcstutoring.com. Link in the description. You can also get a free download PDF of this from College Board. Again, link in the description or pin comment, something like that. You guys know the drill. You've been on YouTube probably your whole lives. Okay, first one. And just so you know, color code it. Green, easy, yellow, intermediate, red, a little hard. We're not going to go over every question, but most of them using a little bit of the calculator program, and a little bit of math sense, which you'll develop over time. So first thing, a total of 165 people contributed to a charity event as donor or volunteer. So watch, D for donors, V for volunteers. So D plus V equals 165. I'm already making equations. Look at me. I'm going all rogue. 130 people contributed as a donor. Okay, now I went from light blue. Now it's dark blue. Okay, now it's 130 plus V equals 165. How many were volunteers? Okay, you're probably like, hey, Mr. Magician math guy, how did you know D was 130? And I'm like, oh, check this out. The donor, 130 people contributed as a donor. So basically, I'm taking my basic equation, the D plus V equals 165, with, alphabet soup on the left-hand side of the equation. And I'm substituting 130 as D. So D is 130, plug that in. And then you're like, okay, smarty pants, how many volunteers? Well, this is, we're going to use a calculator program. That starts intermediate. It doesn't like just easily plug in. You got to do a little bit of math to start it off. We're going to do solve an equation. And then you're probably going to get a little miffed right now. And I'll tell you why. Because guess what? I don't want to use the V key. I got to use the X key. And then you have to learn. And then for those who've already subscribed and seen these videos, you're probably familiar with this. We're going to break it up into left side and right side. And when I talk about left side or right side of an equation, I mean left side or right side of the equal sign. Oh my gosh, my 8th grade algebra teacher would be so proud. My equal signs in a row. Okay, so on left side, it's 130 plus X, this XT theta N. That's your variable key on the TI-84 plus CE keypad. So 130 plus X, and then 165 on the right-hand side. So, okay, we got 35. 35 are volunteers. So there you go. Okay, cool. Now, for this next one, 250 trees in a park. Of these trees, 6% are birch trees. How many birch trees in the park? So it's one of these, like, I'm just going to write this. A is B percent of C. Okay. Number of birch trees is 6% of 250. And that's where it's kind of like an easy medium, because you do have to kind of translate this word problem into an algebra equation and then know what algebra equation to use. Or actually, it's going to be a percents thing. So of these trees, 6% are birch trees. Birch trees are 6% of 250 trees. So again, we're going to go to percents. And then A is B percent of C. Check it out. That's option 4. Now look, what is the unknown? So I'll color code here. A is going to be the unknown. So here's the unknown. And then I'll do yellow for B. Now look, B percent. You don't, now I know you're trained like 6%. You're like, I know that's 0.06. No. For this calculator program, it's 6. So 6 is your percent, 6%. Okay. Of your C, and then we'll go gray on this guy. So C is the 250. Just so you understand, like, okay, that's what everything means. And I wish somebody had done that for me in algebra. So I'm doing it the way I'd like to have seen it when I was your age. So C is 250. Okay, A is 15. Great. We've got 15 birch trees in the park. It's a pretty cool park. I'm sure I've seen a birch tree. I'm sure they're beautiful. It's pretty cool. 250 trees in a park. That's a tree full park, man. So number 3, the graph of quadratic function y equals f of x is shown. What's the vertex of the graph? So you're like, okay, what's this fancy 6-letter word vertex? It means either the max or min of a quadratic. So in this case, this is green dot here. Okay. Now you're like, okay, well, green dot, what is that? What is the vertex of that? So we go x first. We go x comma y. So for the unfamiliar, a coordinate pair is x comma y, x value first, and the y comma second, y value second. So the x, it looks like left and right, we're talking about 0, so 0. And then the y is the up-down axis, and they have it labeled. They do have it labeled as a y in almost all SAT graphs I've seen. So it looks like we're going up 2, so it's 0, 2. There you go. So the vertex is 0, 2. Now again, it does require you to understand what is a vertex of a quadratic. It's usually the max or the min. This has a min value. And then how to convert that to a, for that green dot into a coordinate pair. And that's the vertex. Okay, great. Now this next one is a little nasty. That's why it's a medium question. Number of raccoons in 131 square mile area is estimated to be 2,358. What is the estimated population density of raccoons per square mile of this area? So we've got we're talking about raccoons. Let me spell it right. And it's right here. It's double C double O. Raccoons per mile. That's what we're looking for. And it's 2,358 per 131. Okay. Now I'm going to alter this slightly. I'm going to talk about X. X is the number of raccoons, by the way. Per 1. So X over 1 equals 2358 over 131. And you're like, oh my goodness, I would like a calculator program like this one that solves these equalities that are fraction equalities, or otherwise known as, I think, ratio proportions. I've been in math so long, I forget what it's called. But we're going to solve the equation. Now look, I'm going to tell you something. You already know right side, left side, right? Left side here, right side equal sign. Now every fraction is an unfinished division problem. Like, what does that mean? I can do x divided by 1, and it's the same as x over 1. Mark my words. Okay, right-hand side, it's 2358, so 2358 over 131, so divided by 131. X is 18. Got 18 raccoons per square mile. Man, I remember growing up in Chicago, raccoons would knock over the trash cans back in the 70s. Okay, so that's too many raccoons there. Okay. Number 5, a data set of 3 numbers is shown. If a number from this data set is selected at random, what's the probability of selecting a positive number? So first, how many numbers do we have? Yes, 3. Good. I could hear that over the internet. I might check it out. How many positive numbers do we have? We have 1. What's the probability of selecting a positive number? 1 out of 3. So you do have to know how to count the numbers of, it's funny, it's kind of weird, it's meta. Number of numbers. There's 3 numbers here. And one of them is positive, so 1 out of 3. There you go. Okay, good. No need of the calculator on that one. Okay, number 6. The function f gives a monthly fee, f of x in dollars, a facility charges to keep x crates in storage. What is a monthly fee in dollars the facility charges to keep 50 crates in storage? Okay. Well, x is the number of crates. X is 50. Ooh. So it looks like we're going to plug in a value, right? X is 50. So we're going to go to algebra equations, and we're going to plug in a value. Okay. And y and f of x, so this is f of x, this is y. They're interchangeable 95% on the test. I'm not even kidding. Quote me on that one. So we get 45x plus 600. I'm like, okay, what is our x value? Well, x crates, 50 crates, x is 50. Sweet. Now we know how to do that. Oh my gosh, it's $28.50. You're paying $2,850 a month to keep 50 crates in storage. Hope those crates are worth it. Okay, I won't ask what's in the crates. Okay, the function f is defined by f of x equals blah, blah, blah. What's the value of f of 1/4? Oh my gosh, plugging in a value again. Because f of 1/4, I'm gonna show you something. This 1/4, that means x equals, oh, look at me writing all big. That means x equals 1/4, plugging it into here. So we're going to go to algebra equations, plug in a value, option 4. Okay, this is gnarly. I don't want to say it's easy by any means, because this, remember, y and f of x are interchangeable. Remember we just said that? Okay, good. I'm glad you remembered. Okay, 5, open parentheses, 1/4. Now, 1/4, remember, I said, hey, that's like it's 1 over 4. I know you think it's a fraction. It's also a division problem. 1 divided by 4. That's also 1/4. Minus x, we put the x key right there. That quantity squared. Now check this out. If you have this x squared, this is going to square everything inside the parentheses. So we're totally cool with that. Plus, oh wait, this is another fraction, but what did we say? It's like an unfinished division problem, and we're chilling. Okay. What is the x value? Oh, look, in powder blue, or x equals 1/4. It might be baby blue. I don't know, light blue, something like that. It's 1/4. 2.75. So that's going to be our answer. 2.75. Sweet. Good. So that's number 7. Number 8. Oh my gosh. If and what is the value? That's typical, like we have to do a 2-parter. It's solve this red thing. Once we get an x equals something, we're going to plug it in. So this is a plug in. So it's a 2-stepper. That's why it's intermediate. So we're going to go to algebra equations. We're going to solve an equation. Left side, right side. You guys already know. You're like, hey, left side. What's on the left side equal sign? 8x. What's on the right side? I can't hear you. Yes, I can. You said 6. Good. At least most of you did. Okay. We get x is 0.75. Now check it out. That's not the complete answer. That's just the x value. We want to know what is 72x. So the second part of it, we go to algebra equations. We're going to plug in a value, right? What's our equation? Y equals. I know there's no y equals or f of x equals, but I had to put something. 72x. So 72x. Okay. What's the value? Oh, 0.75 for x. Bam! 54. There we go. 54. Gotta love it. Okay, good. And again, if you like it, thumbs up. If you don't like it, thumbs down. I'm totally chill with that. If you have comments, please comment. I do read my comments. And that's how changes are made to these programs. Not kidding. I have people contacting me. My boy Johnny Utah contacted me. A-Star contacted me. Hey, can you improve your physics and your chem programs? Yes, indeed. Tell me what you want. I'll do it. And I did it. I did most of it so far. Okay. And the scatter plot, line of best fit for the data is shown. It's usually a line through a bunch of dots, right? Which the following is closest to the slope of line of best fit? Okay, I love it. So that's a linear equation, by the way, because it's a line. So we're going to do option 2. And then what we're going to do is find 2 points here. Now, this is the interesting part. We want to find like corner points. And like, what is a corner point? Well, it's a point that's going through the corner of stuff because it's going to be easy to find the exact coordinates. So it looks like left, right, that is going to be 3, like 3. And then up, down, that's a 7. So it's 3, 7 is my first point. Now the next corner point, I'm going to try to find another corner point. This red point looks, it's close, it's not exact. That's 4, 9. Because up and down, it's 4, and then up, down, 9. So left, right, it's 4, up, down, 9. Again, x-axis, y-axis are there. So we're given 2 points. So first point, I'm going to go green. So my x value is 3. My y value is 7. And then my second point, 4 and 9. Okay. Slope. The closest slope. What is the slope? Oh, slope and parallel slope is 2. Oh, sweet. It was an actual answer. Okay, good. That means you're on the right track. Okay. Now look, a circle has a radius of 2.1 inches. The area of a circle is b pi square inches, where b is a constant. What's the value of b? So I do believe they give you this formula. I'm not even kidding. It's like the area of a circle is pi r squared. So r is the radius, by the way. So they're saying, and this is what their words are, the area is b pi. So b pi, I'm going to substitute in blue, is pi. And what's the radius? 2.1. I'm closing parentheses. Why? Because I'm paranoid. I don't like making mistakes. Like one of my students, he's a gymnast. I said, what do you guys do? And he goes, oh, my coach is Armenian. I'm like, okay, that sounds racist, but what does that mean? He said, we do a very simple routine, but we do it flawlessly. And I'm like, dude, I'm an Armenian gymnastics coach when it comes to math. I like doing the easy problems, but dude, don't make mistakes. What does that mean? I'm using parentheses. I'm giving away parentheses like party favors, okay? So I'm using parentheses here for the R. Okay, well, we do this, and I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna quit for a second. Thank you for using this program. I'm gonna do 2.1 squared. What is that? 2.1 squared. What is that? 4.41. So in the green equation now, I got b pi equals pi times 4.41. Now look at this. Oh, I didn't even write 4.41. My goodness. Armenian gymnastics SAT coach is firing me now. Okay. The b is 4.41. So 4.41 is value of b. I love it. Okay, I'm going to go to programs. Oh, this is what I don't like about the TI-84 program. It thinks I have a Python calculator. I do not. Notice there's no Python there. I'm going to, oh my gosh, I'm already on SAT 7D. Check it out. Okay, so 4.41. Without further ado, we go on. Look, at any point, I'm just dragging on like blah, blah, blah. I've got, verbal diarrhea. Fast forward. You get something interesting soon enough. Okay, so look, number 17. Which expression is equivalent to h to the 15th, q to the 7th divided by h to the 5th, q to the 21st, where h is greater than 0 and q is greater than 0. So I'd say it's a medium difficult, but more like medium difficulty question. But you may be totally unfamiliar, like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. It's giving me headaches. So I want to just copy this as is, just so you see something. So look, you see this fraction. I want to, talk about, I'm going to circle these like terms here. Sketch h to the 15th over h to the 5th. So the rule with fractions, when you do this, pick whichever part has a higher exponent. 15 is greater than 5. So h is going to land up on top. Q, oh wait, which one is greater? Oh, I'll box these to keep them a little bit different. 21 is greater than 7, so I know Q is going to be on the bottom. Oh my gosh, so I already know it's like process elimination, no, it's A or B. But we go on. I want to talk about something. When we have h to the 15th over h to the 5th, it's going to be h to the 15 minus 5. Without even using a calculator, I know 15 minus 5 is 10. So I got h to the 10 on top. H is 10 on top. Bam. I don't even have to do the Q part. I don't have to do it. I don't have to do it, but I will. Okay, fast forward if you're bored. I got 21 or 7. Now watch this. I know the Q, the variable Q is going to be in the bottom. It's going to be Q to the 21 minus 7. I know it's really bass backwards from what your brain's trained to, because I'm like, wait, he's doing the bottom denominator or bottom variable. Totally cool to do that. It's Q to the 14th in the bottom. Okay, good. We got a match. We're good. Okay, go on. Okay, 18. It's probably more difficult, to be honest, than intermediate. Solution to given system equations is x comma y. What is the value of 39x? Okay, first thing, we go to algebra equations, system 2 equations. I want ax plus by equals c. These people were nice enough not to put it, I'm being sarcastic, to put it in freaking y equals mx plus b form. So my equation A, I've got to change it up. My equation A starts off 3y equals 4x plus 17. Man, I need my x and y on the left-hand side. So what I have to do, I have to get rid of it. How to get rid of a 4x? I do the opposite, because it's positive 4x. Getting rid of is the opposite. I subtract 4x. We still believe equality is a thing in math, so I make inequality here. So I subtract 4x on both sides. So what I do to one side, I got to do the other. We actually like canceling in math. I know maybe in real life not such a cool thing, but in math we love it. So it's going to be negative 4x plus 3y equals 17. That is our new A equation. I'm going to do the same thing to B. Hot hands, right? We got negative 3y equals 9x minus 23. So check this out. We got to do the same thing. I got to get this 9x over here. I'm going to subtract 9x from both sides because I have to be fair. I have to do the same thing, both sides of the equal sign. Line up your equal signs, just so you know, it is a good habit. That cancels. That's cool, because I want all the variables, like the x and y stuff, any letters on the left-hand side. This is like a completely negative thing here, but that's okay. So look, this is going to be my first equation, negative 4x plus 3y equals 17. We want to strip, meaning take away, the coefficients. So it's negative 4, positive 3, 17. So A, what's in front of the x? Negative 4. Now look, the negative key is below the 3. Negative is below the 3. That's all I'm going to say. Don't use the minus. Negative is below the 3. So negative 4. B is 3. And C is 17. And then, okay, we do the same thing here. Okay, so what are my coefficients? Well, it looks like I've got a negative 9. We know the negative key is below the 3. You know that now. Negative 9. We've got a negative 3 in front of the y. Negative 3 here for the y. And then negative 20. Negative 23. Negative 23. Bam. Oh. That's my x and y. That's kind of nasty here. We want to know 39x. Okay. So look, x, by the way, is 0. I'm just, see, this is why it's actually more difficult than medium difficult. 3, 8. Okay. I'm just going to copy this down because, you know, it didn't give it to me in fractions, but hey, that's how it goes. Now, you know what? I'm even going to, oh, you know what? I could use the calculator program. Algebra equations. We're going to plug in a value because we want to know 39x. So 39x. What does x equal to? It's just, now look, we're probably going to get something close to an integer. By the way, it's probably going to be positive. So I can eliminate those two. 0.46153. 17.99999. I'm going to go with 18. That's closer than 6, right? Okay, good. 18's done. I like it. Okay, now look, this is a hard one. So if you want to skip it, that's okay. The function h estimates an object's height in feet above the ground t seconds after the object is dropped, where b is constant. The function estimates the object is 3,364 feet above the ground when it's dropped at t equals 0. Approximately how many seconds after being dropped does the function estimate the object will hit the ground? So look, I'm going to rewrite this. The h of t equals negative 16 t squared plus b. Okay. Now, by the way, b is constant. It's 3,364 feet above the ground when dropped at t equals 0. So when time is 0, that means it's b feet above the ground. So I'm going to rewrite this as the red equation now. H of t equals negative 16 t squared plus 3,364. Okay. That's what that means. B is a constant. It's, you know, at t equals 0, then that would cancel this part out. And we just have the 3,364 at the moment that it's dropped. Okay, now when does it hit the ground? Oh, by the way, it hits the ground when the height is 0, right? So negative 0, or 0 equals negative 16. I'm going to make an x because we know the program has to go with x's. So check this out. This now has become a quadratic. Okay. What the oh my gosh. I'm going to make up some fake data here. I pressed the button twice. Forgive me. I'm going to go to quadratics. I'm going to solve an x squared. There's different ways to do it. So on the left side, we got 0. You already know this. Left side, right side. Left side, right side, equal sign. Right side, negative 16x squared. Squared keys over here. Plus 3364. 14.5. I love it. Look at that. X is 14.5. Yes. We got ourselves an answer. It's going to give us another answer too. But that's the one we wanted, the positive one, because time goes forward, at least as far as we understand now. Okay, this last one. XY plane, the graph of a given equation is a circle. What's the length of the circle's radius? Okay, this is challenging. Because if we go to circles, this is an equation of a circle. And this is called general form. Just so you know, if you're not familiar with general form, it's this: x squared plus y squared plus cx plus dy plus c equals 0. So of course they give it to us not in the format we want. I know I sound like I'm complaining about the SAT all the time. Guess what? I am. Plus y squared equals 6y plus 109. We want to have everything on the left-hand side. So what do we have to do? We got to follow some math rules here. We're going to subtract 6y from both sides. Okay? We're going to subtract 109 from both sides. I'm just going to put like minus 109. I know, what am I doing? I'll put it here. Okay. We do this. We have x squared. We want the y squared plus y squared. I'm just going to cancel stuff to keep track of it. We want a CX. That would be 14x. Good, that's the CX part. We want the DY. That's going to be this negative 6y. And then, oh my gosh, minus 109 equals 0. Because really what we're trying to do, like Twitter 2016, cancel culture, we have 0 on the right-hand side. I'm not trying to say one thing that I'm trying to stay neutral on the topic, but it does remind me of Twitter 2016. A lot of math is trying to cancel stuff. So we got it the format we want. What is the C? It's coefficient here. D is going to be negative 6. E is going to be negative 109. So C, we have 14. D is negative 6. And then E is negative 109. Bam! Crazy equation. Oh, I shouldn't make fun of mental health issues, but it is a funky equation. Radius is this, but check this out. Radius is 1 rad 167. Yes. I reprogrammed this so it gives me the radical. Yes. I'm so glad I did that. Now I can do extra problems in the SAT. So that's the length circle of radius. Check it out. Okay, you gotta love it. If you like it, thumbs up. Don't like it, thumbs down. That's cool. Subscribe if you want more stuff like this. We're going to be going over, we have practice tests 8, 9, and 10. And then we're just going to be hitting topics. Heavy, big time. A lot of them. April, May, June, July. Oh my gosh, over the summer. Dozens of each topic hit all the time. So dozens of stuff like this. Dozens of linear equations. Dozens of system of equations. Dozens of plugging into value. Dozens of triangle stuff, dozens of percents, dozens of stats, dozens of exponential growth. So enough that you get used to it, so you are a little more confident, proficient in it. So look, the program is available at mcstutoring.com. Free updates for life. So you just got to give you your email. I'm not trying to like spam you with email stuff. That's how I deliver the programs. It's delivered as an 8. Because one guy's like, "Hey man, why don't you give me your email?" I'm like, "Dude, how do I give you the program? I can't mail it to you." I can email it to you. That's all I can do, dude. I'm not going to text it to you. I don't know how to do that. I'm not that smart tech-wise. Okay, look, good luck in your SAT. Enough of my jaw jacking. I hope you do well, and take care.